So glad that you all could make it this morning. Our class this morning is going to focus on our lower backs. So for Kate having just climbed Katahdin and all of us doing our various jobs that put a lot of strain on our lower backs, we'll take a little care of them today in class. So I invite you to start the class on your mat. You can be reclined on your mat in any way. We'll just do a centering to start. So you might put a pillow under your knees or have your feet wide and have your knees knocked in, touching each other. And I'll mention now, if you have a strap or a shirt or a little towel nearby, we will use this from being on the ground here. So find your way onto your mat. Just feel a nice support for your low back here. Take the time to find what's going to feel really nice in your low back. And as you arrive into this supported, reclined position, begin to notice your breath. And see if you can start to feel your breath arrive in your back body. That might feel like on the inhale, you feel more of your lower back touching the floor. And then on the exhale, you feel a little space in the area of your lower back. A little, like you could maybe slide your hand in that area of the small of your back. So this attention to our breath is such an intentional part of yoga and meditation. Because when we take the time to notice our breath and to make our breath a little more full, it directly correlates with our parasympathetic nervous system. And doing all those good things our parasympathetic nervous system is supposed to do. Helps slow our heart rate. It quiets the mind. It brings us into this present moment and away from worries, anxieties, and concerns about the future or about the past. Once you have a practice of noticing your breath, you may find that other things fall into place as soon as you bring your attention to your breath. For me, I notice that all the muscles around my jaw and my eyes start to relax. I feel a settling in my organs. Like gravity is just holding everything in a supportive way. So I think it's so important to remember why we talk about the breath, because it is the one thing that's so available to us everywhere we are, any time of day, any situation we're in. Might be in a really stressful meeting or interaction with someone, or just within your own swirling thoughts. Remembering this. So throughout practice this morning, I invite you to continue to find your own relationship and coming home to your breath, and this sense of, hopefully a sense of spaciousness and ease. If any time during our practice this morning you find that your thoughts start to wander, or you're in a cycle of judgment about what your own body is capable of, or any other judgment patterns, remember this place. Invite your breath and spaciousness in as a way to practice how we can do this off the mat. And I thought I'd share this morning this poem by Diane Ackerman called School Prayer. In the name of daybreak and the eyelids of morning and the wayfaring moon and the night when it departs, I swear I will not dishonor my soul with hatred, but offer myself humbly as a guardian of nature, as a healer of misery, as a messenger of wonder, as an architect of peace. In the name of the sun and its mirrors, and the day that embraces it, and the cloud veils drawn over it, and the uttermost night, and the male and the female, and the plants bursting with seed, and the crowning seasons of the firefly and the apple. I will honor all life, wherever and in whatever form it may dwell, on earth my home, and in the mansions of all the stars. So hopefully you can just not have to change your position too much. I'll try to give guidance so that you can stay really reclined here. Let's start first by stretching out. If you have any props under your legs, you can move your props out of the way. And just a big stretch on the floor if this feels okay in your low back. Stretching through fingertips and toes. And then let it all out with a sigh. Ha. Let's do that again. Really engaging toes, quads, abdomen, all the way through the shoulders. Even tighten up the face, scrunch it, fingertips, and then release with a sigh. Ha. Great. And then we'll inhale together here, stretch long, and exhale. We'll lift the left knee to the chest. The hands can find the shin or maybe the back of the left leg, just to bring some opening into that left hip. Let's make some small circles here in that left hip. Inviting some movement, lubricating this joint, femur bone in the hip socket, all the muscles and connective tissues that hold us together here in the hips. And then let's inhale, and everything goes long, big stretch here. And exhale, right knee comes to the chest. Again, maybe figuring out what feels just right and adding movement here. Circling little circles maybe in one direction and then the other direction. And then we'll inhale, stretch everything long. And exhale, we'll bring both knees to the chest. Hands can come to the kneecaps. And we'll just roll the sacrum out with circling on the sacrum. So the knees, my knees are going away from me and then coming back towards me in a circle in one direction, and then we'll change direction. Just notice here. How does this feel right now at the start of class? And then we'll bring both feet to the floor, and if you have a strap or a shirt or a towel nearby, you can grab that now. And we'll start by taking the strap and putting it around the base of the left foot and holding the strap in both hands. And here you get to decide. This is all, yoga should all be about deciding what is right in your body. Sometimes people call them bus stops. So the first bus stop is leaving your right foot bent on the floor here. If you're having a lot of tension in your low back, that might be the right choice. If it feels okay to spread that right foot straight on the ground, you might choose that. And then let's just bend and straighten, flex and extend this left leg. There's nowhere to go here. This is just all about what you need in your left leg right now. Make sure that you're bringing your awareness down into your right foot and maybe right up into your head too, so you're not focusing too much energy on the tightness in the left leg, but distribute that through your whole body, right? And then with as much of a bend in the knee as works in your body, let's bring the strap into the left hand, the right hand goes out to the side. And I'll inhale at center, and then we'll exhale, and we'll just let the left leg come out to the left, any amount. You might bring your right hand to your right hip to remind that hip to stay on the ground. You don't want to roll up off of your right hip. And bend and straighten the left leg here. Just exploring. If you're feeling any pinching or tightness, come back up and out to a place that doesn't have that sensation. Bring your left leg up to center and switch the hold of the strap to the right hand, and left hand comes out to the side. Again, the left leg doesn't have to be straight here at all. It can have a bend in the knee. And just moving the left leg now to the right, maybe just 6 inches, and pause. Really feel if you can let your lower abdomen, muscles of the lower abdomen relax here. We're looking for stretch in the back of the left leg. You don't need to be feeling it in other places. You might feel it in your hip flexor here on the left side. If it's too much, you can always come back out a little bit, take a breath, and then come back. Even just the movement might just be so subtle that it wouldn't be noticeable to anyone else but you. Great, let's inhale back to center. Lift the right leg up to meet the left and slip the right foot into the strap. And then the left foot can come back to the floor if that felt best on your back, or left leg can straighten here. And both hands holding the strap, let's just bend and straighten that right leg. All of these big muscle groups in the legs, the hamstrings, and the quads, hamstrings especially, really are a factor in how tight and uncomfortable our low back is. Maybe make some circles with that left leg. Imagining you had like a paintbrush, holding a paintbrush in your toes and painting the ceiling. And then the strap can come into the right hand, left hand comes to the left hip. Inhaling at center and then exhaling, right leg opens to the right any amount. You might pause instead of going right down to the floor if you have that openness in your thigh. You might pause and just breathe and allow the hip to open on the left side. Notice all the steps along the way. Remember, you can always back up, finding a place that feels whole and supportive in your body and move from there. Sometimes we go too far at the start and we need to remember, oh yeah, I need to come back out. Let's inhale and bring our right leg to the center and switch the strap to our left hand. Right hand comes out in a T position to the side. Inhale and exhale, right leg moves maybe just 5-6 inches to the left, and pause. Maybe wiggle the toes of your right foot. This can be super intense. I feel like if Kate's video audio was on right now, we'd be hearing some sounds after the Katahdin legs. So backing up here, wiggling the toes, remembering just to distribute the sensation through the whole body into the left toes, the right fingertips, the left ear, moving back and forth into the intensity of this opening. Inhale to center and exhale. Let's release the strap and slide both feet to the floor and just pause here. You can allow the knees to knock in towards each other if your feet are flat on the floor and knees are bent. Just notice that those movements, the openings in the legs, how is that landing in your body right now? And then we're going to roll over onto our bellies to do some strengthening of our lower back muscles. If you're really, really struggling in your low back right now, you may just want to watch this and choose child's pose or some other variations. But we're going to move into locust, and you'll come with your forehead on the floor and hands out to the side, clicking the toes down so that tops of the feet are engaged, feeling your pelvis press into the floor. On an inhale, we'll lift just the head and the shoulders and really feel that strong engagement of the low abdomens in the pelvis area. And exhale, forehead comes back to the floor. Inhale this time, we'll lift head, shoulders, and hands. Feet stay firmly rooted to the floor. Breathing here, a few breaths. Feeling the strength of the quads holding you up. And exhale, forehead comes to the floor. If that created tension in your back, you may just stay with the head, lifting the head and shoulders. If you have further to go, let's take an inhale here. We lift head, shoulders, arms, and feet off the floor. Imagine a long line of energy from in the inner thighs. The inner thighs are really lifting here. Breathing, feeling some rocking, like you're a boat on the water, strengthening through the low abdomen. And release, bring your hands below your forehead to cradle your forehead and release into the support of the floor here. Let your legs release, your glutes release, all the strong muscles of the back release here. Feeling how the earth and the floor comes up to support you, so that when we let go, we're not just collapsing, we're letting go with support, the support of the earth, the support of gravity. And if it's comfortable for you to lie on your belly, you might choose this sometimes for Shavasana because it's a very different experience for the nervous system to have the belly supported. Or anytime during the day where you need a break. So let's roll now back onto our backs. And find our way into some gentle sacral rolls here. Rolling out the back. If this is safe in your back, imagining a massage happening along all the vertebrae of your back here. And find yourself in a seated pose with a support under your seat so that your back is supported so you can sit up tall here. And let's come in any seated position that works for your body today. You might come bringing your feet together, or legs can be crossed. And just take a moment here. Let's drop our chin to the chest and rolling right ear towards right shoulder. Let's bring some opening to that left side of the neck and shoulder. And then taking your own time here to just roll from the right side to the left side, inviting movement and opening to the sides of the neck. I like once I'm on, so right now my left ear is at my left shoulder. I like making some circles with my right arm and breathing. Maybe changing the direction of the circles. And then chin can roll back to the center, and we'll do that on the left side too. So as the right ear comes to the right shoulder, let's make some circles, just some very loose and gentle circles with that left hand, left arm in both directions. And then inhale, head comes to center, rolling out the shoulders. As much as we can do a class on low back, we just can't forget the rest of our bodies that are under so much tension these days. So shoulders and neck. Let's inhale, hands lift. And exhale, let's bring the left arm under the right. Left arm kind of bends on the forearm of the right arm for a shoulder stretch in the right shoulder. So you might add some circling here in that right shoulder. The movements can look, they don't have to look like perfect yoga. They can just, you might just find the movements that really help you open up into that back side, right side of your shoulder. Noticing how the stretch changes when you have a deep inhale and a deep exhale. So let's inhale and lift both arms up overhead, reaching for the rain, knowing the sun is behind the clouds there somewhere. Exhale, arms come down, and the left hand comes across the chest. Right arm bends at the elbow, catches the left forearm. Notice this is a stretch a lot of us have been doing, like from early days of sports. Notice if you go to like a place, and can you back that off? Can you add, like imagine you wanted, your arm was a hose and you didn't want to kink the hose. Can you have enough space for all the fluids to flow, blood to flow, energy to flow in your left shoulder? And adding some circles here, making it organic. Maybe dropping your head and dropping down, everything down towards the right knee. What would feel so good in this left shoulder? And then inhale, let's again reach everything towards the rain, and let's pull that nourishing rain down through the fronts of our field. Imagining the rain could help clear out cobwebs and dust, flush out stuck energy, bad juju. Inhale, arms lift, and then as we exhale here, we're pulling that fresh cleansing rain down through the sides of our field, coming down under the shoulders, down through the side body. And then inhale, arms lift, cleansing, clearing, nourishing the backs of our field. So hands come behind the head, and then hands come around the front, and then just imagining you can move energy, stuck energy out the backs of your field. Just pause here. Finding your breath. Arriving back in this moment. And then bringing fingertips towards the jaw, top of the jawbone. Let's do a little mask wearing massage here. Fingertips can be gently exploring around the top of the jaw, maybe coming down around like between the ear and the jaw here, going lightly. So much of this is just also bringing energetic awareness to our tight places, rather than thinking that we can physically move the tightness out. Like by doing this, we're saying, oh my God, jaw, I see you, I feel you. You've been working so hard. holding that mask on my face. Let me just take some of that away. So now my fingertips are kind of working, imagining that jaw going under the cheekbone, or the up to the nose, just massaging all this space here. And then down the neck, little massaging circles down the sides of the neck. And then we'll bring some tapping to our lymph nodes. So just tapping your chest, a little Tarzan action this morning. Add the sound if you want. We'll do that one more time. Inhale. I'm sure Mari liked that, huh, Kate? Okay, rolling that out, shaking it out. Let's move off of our props and onto hands and knees, if that works in your body this morning. We'll just roll here through some cat and cows. So inhale, our belly drops, gaze looking forward into cat, and exhale exhale into cat pose. So imagine you have wings on the backs of your shoulder blades and you're about to take a flight. And then inhaling, belly drops, looking forward into cow pose. And exhale, cat. Move our hips back and move through child's pose. Sternum, chest moves through the hands, back into cow pose. Chin drops, hips come back to heels. Child's pose, elbows to the floor, chest moves through the hands. Bring us back into cat pose, toes curl under. And with an inhale, we'll lift the hips to downward dog. And walking out the backs of the legs here in dog. Allow the chin and head to release. And we'll come back to hands and knees and step the right foot between the hands. So we're in a knee down lunge pose. You can bring pillow or a blanket under the left knee to help pad that left knee if you need it. And just start rocking back and forth here on this side, opening through the back, the hamstring of the right leg. Bringing a little movement into the hips here. Let's make sure that either the right fingertips left fingertips or left wrist is planted on the floor towards the outside of the mat. And we're going to inhale and lift the right arm to have a twist here. Feeling that opening in the left hip, making sure that the right knee is staying over the right ankle. Feeling a nice opening in the chest. And exhale, right hand comes down the outside of the right foot. And we'll rock back here so that the right toes can point towards the sky. I like to scoop my right foot up a little bit. This is a great place for blocks. I don't know if I've said this recently, but if you haven't yet invested in yoga blocks, but you like doing yoga at home, it's a great investment because there's so much you can do with these blocks. So this is a really nice place to, if you were to have blocks, you could come up nice and high here and really let that stretch be in the back of the right leg. And I like when I'm in this runner's lunge stretch to hips from right to left, like a swinging in a hammock. And that allows a different opening in the back of the right hamstring. Remember, the knee can be bent here. There's no goal of like, I've got to get my leg totally straight. That's like not at all the point. And then let's slide that right foot back so that it's right foot is under the right knee. And we'll walk our hands up to the right knee. And inhale, arms lift. Exhale, we're going to catch the left wrist with the right hand and side bend to the right. So staying here for a few breaths, feeling a really nice opening from the left knee, up the left side body, through the left shoulders. Inhale, coming to center. Exhale, hands come to the floor. Let's step the right knee back to meet the left. Toes curl under, lifting into downward dog. Maybe your feet come really wide here on your mat and deep bend in your knees like you're about to pounce. And then here, slowly straighten out, and to any amount, straighten your legs. Feeling long line of energy from the inside of your arches, inside line of the legs, up the knees, into the groin. Feeling that connection on the inner lines of the legs. And then exhaling, knees come to the floor. We'll bring the left foot between the hands here. And we'll start the rocking here on this side. So rocking back and forth. In this rocking, the left knee can come forward of the left ankle. And then right hand plants towards the outside of the mat, either on fingertips or on the right fist. Left knee is over the left ankle. We're going to inhale that right hand up towards the sky. Big opening, a twist here on the left side. Sorry, did I say right hand? I meant left hand lifts. And then exhale, left hand comes to frame the left foot, left heel scoots forward for runner's lunge on the left side. So again, there can be a nice bend in this left knee. Left knee doesn't have to be straight at all. If you have blocks, something to come up on, that can be a nice support here. And then just swaying the hips back and forth. A deeper opening into the left glute. And then left foot slides under the left knee. We'll come up, bring our hands to the left knee. And inhale here. Left hand will catch the right wrist. Inhale at center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Deep breath here into the right side body, right hip. Feeling your right armpit open towards the sky. Exhale, hands come back to the floor. Left foot slides back to meet the right. Knees come wide, toes touch. Settle back into child's pose. If you have a block or a pillow handy, you might pull that under your forehead for supported child's pose. Really settle in here for a few breaths. Feel the breath really enter the back side of the body, back of the hips, low back, under the ribs, behind the lungs and the heart, back of the shoulders, back of the neck. Back of the skull. And then when you're ready, we'll come back onto hands and knees. And let's then sit on our mats with our feet wide apart and do some gentle windshield wipers with your legs here. So dropping my right knee to the floor and then my left. Really just taking care. When we take care of our hips, it helps our low back, and vice versa. Taking care of our feet helps our low back. So taking time to have your feet above your head, lying with your feet up the wall. And then we'll find our way down to the mat for a few closing postures. Let's inhale the right leg towards the sky and exhale, we're rotate the right toes off to the right as we bend the right knee and bring the right ankle over the left knee. This might be all you need today for a stretch into the back of the right hip and glute. If you have farther to go, you can inhale and exhale, lift the left leg off the floor and maybe find the back of the left leg, clasping your hands behind that thigh. And then go through your own body scan here. What can you let go? We want to feel a nice stretch in the back of the right glute. But what else can you let go? Can you wiggle your fingertips and let go in your feet? Are you holding in your shoulders where you can let go? Your jaw, your eyes. Maybe adding some rocking side to side here. Encouraging the flow of prana to reach into those far away places that don't get too much love and attention. And then let's inhale, right foot goes to the sky. Let's roll out those right toes. Thanking our feet and our ankles for holding us up all day. And then exhale, right leg goes slowly, slowly down towards the ground. And then right foot slides up to meet the left. Inhale, let's lift the left leg to the sky. And just rotating that left leg, left toes point to the left and back to center, rotating the femur in the hip socket. And the next time your toes are pointed to the left, bend your knee and cross your left ankle over the right knee and decide whether or not this is enough. Inhale if you have farther to go, lifting the right leg off the ground, holding behind the right thigh. Where can you let go? Can you maintain an awareness and aliveness in the left hip area without gripping, wiggling the toes of both feet, rocking back and forth here if that works in your body. And then exhale, right foot comes to the floor, left foot comes to the sky, rolling out the ankle and the toes of that left foot. Thanking your left foot for all the good work it does. And then let's bring both feet to the floor and arms come out to the side. Let's just take a gentle drop of both knees towards the left. And you might look over the right shoulder here. It's a gentle twist. Allowing the organs of your abdomen to release into the support of the ground. Inhale, knees come to center. Exhale, knees drop to the right. Gaze can be over the left arm. Inhaling space. And then inhaling, knees come to center. Finding your support here to pull either under your knees, or you may choose to try Shavasana lying on your belly, or maybe you find a wall and put your legs up the wall. Whatever you need right now to find a really supportive place to rest for a few minutes. Maybe putting on another layer or finding a sweatshirt or something to put over your eyes as an eye pillow. Finding your breath once again. Feeling your breath Reach into your brain, behind your eyes, through your sinuses, through your jaw muscles, your neck, cleansing, nourishing breath reaching across your chest, sternum, ribs, penetrating to your heart, reaching through all those tense muscles of your shoulders and upper back, out the arms, through the fingertips, back up through the armpits, finding your organs, massaging your organs with breath. All of the strong muscles of the back, holding us up every day. Breath reaching into the hips, the glutes, upper legs, around the knees, down through the lower legs, ankles, heels, arches, all the bones, cartilage of the feet and toes. Bringing your awareness back to your breath and your body in this moment. Maybe hearing the sound of the rain outside. You can choose to stay here in Shavasana and just ignore my words, or if you'd like to bring some movement into your fingers and toes, maybe rolling out your wrists and your ankles, finding your way onto your right side, pausing there, before finding your way back to your comfortable seat. And then bringing hands to heart center, allowing your gaze to drop to the ground, or eyes can be closed. Maybe feeling your own heart beating here. Honoring yourself for taking the time to show up to practice this morning. We take in this loving kindness metta meditation. May I be at peace. May my heart remain open. May I awaken to the light of my own true nature. May I be healed. May I be a source of healing for all beings. And bringing to mind a loved one or a person that you may be holding in judgment. May you be at peace. May your heart remain open. May you awaken to the light of your own true nature. May you be healed. May you be a source of healing for all beings. And then for the planet, may there be peace on earth. May the hearts of all people be open to themselves and to each other. May all people awaken to the light of their own true nature. May all creation be blessed and be a blessing to all that is. Namaste. Thank you so much for your attention and practice this morning.